Katherine Griffin here, author of Peignoirs and Pancakes, the Savvy Lady's Guide to Elegance, Etiquette, Sizzling Romance, and Marriage at Any Age. Now, today's video is about writing a proper thank you note. And yes, there is a right way and a wrong way to do it, so we're going to get right into it. But by the end of this video, I'm hoping that you are going to get some really good ideas about letter writing, why we do it, why emails aren't enough, and how you can really make an impression with the right thank you note or letter. Correspondence is so important. And you might say, well, I'm not from the old school. I just send an email or I call someone and say, thank you. Well, I will say this. In the economic times that some of us find ourselves in, it's okay if you don't have stationery and you don't have access to things. Maybe a phone call or an email, that's the best you can do. People will understand. This isn't about being better than anybody. This is just kind of an extra thing in life that makes things really fun. People love to get a letter. You know that. You love to get a card or a letter or a note in the mail. So let's just take the attitude that we're putting our best foot forward, and especially those of you who are in the corporate world now, my goodness, this will help you. You never know to whom you're going to be writing a letter. Maybe a boss, a manager. Maybe you're the boss, and you need to let people know that you're elegant and classy. So let's get right into it. And remember, please like and subscribe. I get a lot of people who share my videos or they view the whole thing, but I need the subscriptions, and I want you to like and subscribe if you're enjoying these. All right, so let's get right into it. How to write a proper thank you note. Now we're going to go over some basic things first. Now, if at all possible, everybody, and I have my notes right here so I can refer to them, please try to get your own personal stationery. Now, why do I bring that up? Well, a lot of times we think it's expensive to get our own stationery, don't we? Actually, though, if you run around all the time trying to find those thank you notes at the store, of course, there are a few that are pretty inexpensive. Go for it if that's what you could afford. Everyone will appreciate a thank you. But your local copy place that you trust, I have one that I love. And they're always doing things for me. They can take your idea, you just email them and say, I just like some letterhead, I'd like some personal thank you note type correspondence, maybe standard 8.5 by 11 business type forms, that's a different thing. All kinds of ways to have your stationery have your name at the top and what you decide to do. Now, you may not want your home address on there, so I understand that. But be creative. And of course, you can look online, thousands of places that will tell you the difference between business type stationery, a social personal note. And don't forget too, I have the notes here, if you can get your own cards, your own social cards. Now, it's a little different from a business card. Most of you will know all about that. Business cards are business-like. Social cards are a little different. They probably are just going to have your name and a way to contact you. And of course, in the old days, young ladies, if they went calling with someone, they would leave their calling or social card. So if the lady or gentleman or the couple who lived in the house were not there, then they would leave this with the maid or someone in charge, a butler. So now we don't all live like that now. I get it. But you may meet somebody and see somebody across that crowded room, and if you feel it's safe and you know the person for a while and they're of good character, the gentleman, well, then it's all right to share your social card or your business card. And of course, be very cautious how you do that. We want to keep you safe. You'll know the right time. Now, first of all, I know what you're thinking. Oh my goodness, I don't have time to write a thank you note. Well, I think you should take time. If someone gives you a gift, they do you a favor and it's special, see if you can do a little more than an email or a text. And of course, those are sometimes very appropriate. Some quick little thing, someone does you a little quick errand or something. I understand that. But, a lot of times I consult with people who they have a person graduating from high school or college, and they want to know the right thing to do. And sometimes they're very charming, people who are starting out, doing these thank you notes, and God bless them for doing it. This is wonderful. Now, let's say that we are going to write a thank you note. And let's just pretend that you have your own stationery little note cards with your name on one side, and the things that you wish to share on that personal note. On the front, you don't want thank you. This is what you buy at the store. Everybody has to run out and look for these. And actually, as I said, if you go to your own trusted copy place, they can make beautiful artwork on the front, or your initials, of course. Whatever you want to do in the front, be creative, right? One of the most important things in any correspondence, and the same if you're saving or sharing photographs, you want to date that letter. And with a photograph, of course, if you're including say, an extra photograph in with your thank you note. Maybe something happened on that occasion. You're putting the photograph in. Please, on the back of it, make some good details. What is the date? What was the occasion? So dating, always on a thank you note. At the top right is fine, or at the bottom. No one's going to, task you for that little thing. But please include the date, because someday a grandchild or a great-grandchild may come upon a box of your correspondence, and they want to know you did it correctly. So let's start, let's think about young people graduating from high school or college, and they're thanking you for something now. Usually it's a monetary gift. Now, how do you handle that? Now, you must never mention the amount of a monetary gift in your thank you. Let's talk about that in a minute. Well, how do you say thank you then? Well, now maybe Aunt Susie sent you $50 or $100. Don't put that in there. What you want to say is, oh, thank you so much for your generous and thoughtful gift. So we don't want to mention money in there. They'll know what you mean. And what you can do is say, do you know what I did? I went out and I got myself this, or I got myself that for college, or for my new job, or my apartment. And you know how wonderful it was, because this is something that really helped you, and you're just delighted. So let's move on. We know what not to do. We are not going to mention monetary amounts. Now, here's another hint very quickly. You may need this. I would like you to get a letter opener. Wonder if mine is right here. These are so nice because, you don't want to be tearing open the bottom of that back of the envelope, and it gets so messy. This, you know how to use this. Goes right across, left to right, and that will open the letter for you, the envelope. And so then when you're putting the letter back in the envelope, it's much neater. So consider that, and you know what? That makes a really nice gift for a young person going out into the world. Now, there was something else I wanted to mention about the gifts. So we mentioned not mentioning the exact amount if it's a monetary gift. So we've gone into that. Now, let's start with how not to put the basic premise of your letter. Don't start with this. This is going to be unusual sounding, but don't begin a thank you note with thank you. Because what you're doing is it comes across as, oh, they're just writing to all the people that got them a graduation gift, or all the people who sent them a Christmas gift, so they have to hurry and say, thank you for this. No. Let's say I sent you a gift, a copy of my wonderful book. So I sent you this in the mail, or I handed it to you and signed it and everything. So you're going to go home, and you're not going to say, Dear Catherine, thank you for your book. I'm going to read it someday. No. Especially when writing to an author. Here's the basic premise of writing a thank you note. While not beginning with thank you, what you're going to do, you're going to gush a little. What do I mean by gush? Well, if I give you a gift, a Christmas gift, monetary gift, copy of my book, I want you to tell me a little bit first about how it affected you. So let's say that I sent you some something you might use in your class. Let's say some very nice stationery or pen set, and I sent you that. So what I want you to do is say, "Dear Aunt Catherine, how did you know this was just what I needed? I have been looking high and low to find just the right pens and stationery and anything else that I may have sent the person." And then talk a little about the story. Just say, I was just getting ready to write you a thank you note, and I had just an old pen, but I was so glad that I got this. And thank you also for the letter opener. It's so much more convenient. I love this. And again, you want to say things like, well, I didn't have that. I've been thinking about that. And you just made my day. Now, isn't that better than saying, "Oh, dear Aunt Catherine, thank you for the pen and the stationery. I will use it," and then just signing your name? That's not enough. You haven't told the story of how the gift affected you. So remember that. Now, we will make this video just a little bit shorter than the last one, and maybe we'll have a part 2. The main thing about correspondence is this. A lot of you will say, "I don't have time or money for stamps. I don't have time to write a note." All right. Emails can be acceptable for some things, but not for everything. People have been asking about, what do we do about Christmas cards? I love to send cards, but so many people aren't doing it. That's all right. Now, this goes along with reciprocity. Now, just because someone may not be able to afford to send out 100 Christmas cards, with postage being the way it is, I understand that. So never feel bad if someone mails you a Christmas card. And this is going to be coming up a little bit in the future. You don't have to worry or apologize. You may want to say thank you for a card. Generally speaking, you do not have to write a note or a card or a letter to thank someone for a note, a card, or a letter. Now, if the letter warrants a response, of course, but if someone just sends you a thank you card or a pretty card or something like that, that can be done in person. That's all right. If it's a gift that's wrapped, there's so many different grades of this, the way it goes with thanking people. But in a month or two, we're all going to be thinking about Christmas cards, and we're all going to be thinking about, I'm not sure if I'm doing it this year. If you decide you're going to do it, don't expect one in return. There's nothing owed to you. And then if a person is shy and says, "Oh, I received your card, and I'm just not sending them myself," just say, no, most people aren't. It's all right. It's fine. I just wanted you to have it. I love you. And so never feel obligated to do anything. Social obligations are there because they're sort of an extra spice to life, aren't they? Right? So never assume anything, and never worry about if someone's going to reciprocate exactly equally. They're going to do the best they can. And if you're a parent of a young person going out into the world, what a great gift stationery would make. Stationery, social cards, business cards, and of course the little card carriers are so nice. They're usually very pretty ones. They're enamel or stainless steel, some of them very ornate, and they can put maybe 15 or 20 of their cards in there, maybe with their initials or a beautiful, beautiful picture of artwork on there. So these types of things are unusual gifts. People wouldn't expect it. And you might ask the young person, how much you like this to read, or send them maybe a little practice one and say, you know, I'm thinking of getting you this because you're going out into the world of the career, and you're excited about it. Let me know what you'd like that to say, and here's an example. Maybe give them a couple examples of something that you find online. So for today, I think the main points are this. When you're writing a thank you note, of course, you want to gush a little, and you want to, of course, at the beginning, you want to put the proper attribution there at the beginning. It's dear Aunt, my dear Aunt Susie, or dear Aunt and Uncle. Also, always remember that the lady's name comes first. If you're signing a Christmas card, of course, it's not Bill and Diane. It's always Diane and William, usually, even though if he goes by Bill, you always want to put that. You don't have to put your full name. It's a really close friend. We need that on the outside of the envelope. Now, there are some new postal rules you may not be aware of. A lot of people used to like to put on the back of the envelope, the back where it's first opened from that place, they would put their name and address. Apparently, the post office does not want you to do that anymore. It's for the way the postage is handled now. So what you want to do is make sure you're in with the postal authorities on that. And here's a quick thing. Just thought of this now. If you are a bride, please be careful to take one copy with everything in it to the post office and have that weighed. I was in line at the post office behind. This poor bride was devastated. She came in with a parcel of about 100 letters. They had all come back. She hadn't had any of them weighed beforehand. You go up to the postal person and you say, these are important to me. Can you make sure, please, that I have enough postage because I'm getting ready to mail quite a few of these? And they'll understand it's for a wedding or a party. This is important. So they don't mind. They're wonderful people at the post office. So they will weigh it and ask them, is it kind of on the cusp? Should I add a couple of pennies on there, an extra stamp? And they'll let you know if that's all right. Other rules might be this. In the old days, you did not put a love stamp for the person to send back that card that says, yes, I'm coming. No, the RSVP, as they call it, the RSVP card, the Réponde card. There was a reason for this. In the old days, people had time, and it would kind of in the old days be insulting to see, why are they stamping this for me? Don't they think I have enough money for this stamp? Well, we know better now. It's all right to put the love stamp on there so that when people respond and say they're coming, that's fine. No problem there. And it's nice. Go ahead and do it the way they want you to do it. Send that card, but, the responding card that yes, we're coming, or no. It's also nice if you get one of those. If you're close to the person, send an additional card saying, yes, I'm coming. I've sent the official little one, because they do stack them up neatly and they want to see that. But it's real fun to send them one that's very personal. We will get into more about the thank you notes and more about correspondence later. But one more quick thing. I'd like to include in most of my videos the idea of the canned events. If you haven't seen that video, please look it up. What that means is if you're having a get-together, a party, a corporate event, anything like that, on your invitations or in the email, if it's a corporate event, wherever this is happening, say, this is a canned event. Please bring one can of, and make sure the date is good, one can of food for charity, and we will be choosing a charity that evening and we'll announce where it's going. Let's say you have 10, 15, 20 people. Well, they're all showing up with something. And put a little list there, that because it's okay also to bring non-perishable items, mini bottles of water. Some charities and shelters will very gladly welcome fresh food, like fruit, vegetables, healthy things. Nothing wrong with that. So it can be something that's non-perishable, and if you know that it's all right for them and that they will accept, these wonderful, healthy foods, that's great too. Sometimes staples, flour, sugar, pancake mix, tuna, peanut butter and jelly. Canned events are different from food drives. And the reason is a canned event, imagine if everyone having a party all around the world, all around your city. Every time an event happens, people will get used to going out the door saying, wait a minute, this is a canned event, and they'll bring that with them, and it's so much fun. We did this at a party we had last year, and then we announced at the end which shelter was going to receive these, and they get a count at the end of the evening. It's so exciting, and you can put a barrel or a big basket or two around, and as people come in, you just thank them. So if they're coming to your party, they can afford to bring that, and you never, scrutinize anyone if they don't bring it, if they forgot. That's okay, but they might remember to do it at their next event, won't they? Wouldn't that be fun? So while we do have food drives and we do feed the food bank, sometimes these canned events can help replenish the food banks and the shelters. So call your local shelters and ask, what's your wish list? I'd like to bring something, and talk about the canned events, because it's just going to make things 1,000-fold for people in need. And people are not in need just on holidays when we're in the mood, are they? So I'll leave you with that. Please like and subscribe. And my book is out on Amazon, Kindle and paperback, Peignoirs and Pancakes. And notice the spelling again. It is French, peignoirs. And I hope to see you soon. We'll be making some more videos very soon. Have a lovely rest of your day and happy weekend. Bye-bye.